The blizzard howled with relentless fury, icy winds tearing across the desolate landscape. Snow stung her face, piercing her skin like shards of glass. Each step was a battle. Each breath a reminder that survival was slipping through her fingers. She had only one leg, and yet she pressed on, dragging herself through the storm with sheer willpower. Her eyes scanning for shelter, for safety, for any glimmer of hope. Around her, shadows of pity whispered from the few who had dared venture outside, but their pity did nothing to warm her, to ease her struggle. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who is listening. Her name was Clara Bennett. At 28, she had faced adversity before life had demanded she adapt, endure, and fight, but nothing like this. The wind clawed at her, threatening to push her backward, to steal her strength. Every muscle screamed, every joint burned, yet she refused to surrender. She was not broken. She was not helpless. She was human and stubbornly alive. Dot! The snow had thickened, blanketing the world in white oblivion. Trees swayed under the storm's wrath, their branches cracking ominously. Clara's prosthetic leg, a marvel of technology and resilience, dug into the snow with each painstaking step. But sometimes it slipped, sometimes it sank, forcing her to pause and breathe, to recenter herself. She imagined warmth, imagined a voice telling her she could rest, but none came. Only the storm, only the endless white. Then she heard it, a distant rumble, muffled but growing louder. The snow around her swirled as a vehicle emerged through the blizzard, headlights cutting through the whiteout like twin beacons of salvation. A figure leaned out of the vehicle, calling her name. It was a Navy SEAL, Lieutenant Commander Jack Harris. Known for missions that defied imagination and for courage that inspired even the most seasoned soldiers. "Clara, ride with me." His voice carried over the wind, clear, firm, commanding attention. For a heartbeat she hesitated, the disbelief almost rooting her to the spot. She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. The SEAL's presence brought a new rhythm to the chaos, the roar of the engine, crunch of snow under tires, the determined set of his jaw. Around them the storm continued its assault, but for a moment Clara felt the possibility of safety, of being lifted from the relentless fight. Her heart pounded, not from exhaustion, but from a sudden surge of hope. Clara hobbled toward the vehicle, prosthetic legs slipping through the snow, muscles quivering with strain. Jack extended a hand, steady, unwavering, a lifeline in the storm. Around them, those who had earlier whispered pity now watched in awe, their disbelief transforming into admiration. Murmurs of respect replaced whispers of derision. Some shook their heads, unable to fathom how someone so fierce and capable could have been doubted. The vehicle surged forward, wind whipping past them, carrying the storm's fury into the distance. Inside, warmth enveloped her, but it was more than temperature. It was validation. Courage recognized, humanity honored. Jack glanced at her, eyes sharp yet gentle, acknowledging her struggle, her endurance, her unwavering determination. Through the blizzard, the journey was not easy. Snow drifted over the vehicle's windshield, and visibility remained near zero. Yet Jack's skill and Clara's trust formed a bond of unspoken understanding. He maneuvered with precision, every action deliberate, every movement purposeful. Around them, the storm raged, but within the vehicle, a small sanctuary emerged, a testament to resilience, skill, and the quiet power of one person choosing to act when others faltered. As the vehicle reached shelter, Clara stepped out, feeling the crunch of firmer ground beneath her boots. She looked back, catching glimpses of those who had pitied her earlier. Their expressions had shifted from doubt to respect, from sympathy to genuine awe. The storm had tested her, but the journey had also revealed a profound truth. Courage is undeniable, and true heroes are recognized not by the pity of strangers, but by the validation of those who see strength in action. Jack offered her a nod, a gesture that spoke volumes. No words were needed. The act itself was recognition, enough proof that bravery is never measured by circumstance, but by perseverance, action, and the refusal to yield. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. Clara watched the storm continue to swirl beyond the shelter, snowflakes dancing in the dim light. She felt lighter, not just from the safety she had gained, but from the knowledge that even in the harshest conditions, courage, determination, and recognition could change everything. The blizzard still raged, but she had survived, thrived, and been honored in the process. If this story inspired you, comment where you're listening from and subscribe to Whispered Words for more cinematic tales of bravery, resilience, and heroes who rise against impossible odds.